In late 2016, whilst scrolling through Tumblr as the typical teenage fangirl does, I began to notice my dashboard was becoming increasingly overrun by gifs of two blonde teenage boys staring at each other from across rooms. Naturally sensing the potential for a new hyperfixation, I dug a little deeper and discovered they were characters in a Norwegian TV show called Skam, or Shame in English. At the time, the series was midway through its third season, so I spent the weekend catching up on what I thought was just another average teen drama. Little did I realize how much this show would take over my life. Skam is a web series created by Julie Andem that ran for 4 seasons from 2015 to 2017. Each season focuses on the fictional life of a teenager at Hartvig Nissen School in Oslo, Norway. Their stories unfold through short clips and text messages posted in real time on the show's website, alongside posts on the characters' social media accounts. Already, you're probably thinking, why should I care about some Norwegian teen web series? But I believe this show is one of the most important and influential shows for young people in the past decade. Its relatability and commentary on current teen culture breaks through language barriers, and the way the show is delivered creates a fully immersive experience unlike anything I've seen. Andem specifically created the show for 16-year-old Norwegian girls, a transitional and tumultuous age, teetering on the edge of adulthood that she felt wasn't being catered to by current Nordic television. She did in-depth interviews with this demographic to find out their specific needs and issues to give her show a leg up on the competition, and clearly it worked. By the end of season 2, 98% of 15 to 19-year-olds in Norway knew about the show, and a further 67% of teens had watched the show. Although they had nowhere near the budget of huge international shows, Skam had insider knowledge on teen culture, which ended up resonating with teens across the globe and becoming a worldwide cult phenomenon. Particularly taking off during season 3, its international success actually resulted in the website being geo-blocked due to music licensing issues. Of course, this didn't stop people from watching the show through alternate means, and in that same year it was ranked the #1 talked about show on Tumblr, ahead of hugely popular shows like The Walking Dead, Stranger Things, and Game of Thrones. However, the show did not gain this success through traditional methods. Prior to its release, there was little to no promotion for the show. The teaser for season 1 was only sent to a fan group of Jenter, a precursor to Skam and produced for younger girls, as well as the actors and cast who auditioned for Skam. This continued throughout the show's run. After season 2, the showrunners refused to give any info on the next season, until a teaser dropped out of nowhere and, aside from introducing Isak as the main character, didn't reveal much about the narrative. Like, it told us he was a gay disaster, but we kinda already knew that at the end of season 1. The first clip of the season was then dropped at 1 AM on a Sunday, with some calling it a shock release. On top of this, the actors were shielded from the media, although this had more to do with them being minors than anything else, but this lack of press packages and TV promos built a sense of mystery and created an organic buzz about the show that really worked for the target audience. Andem wanted to let teens find the show naturally through word of mouth and social media to avoid getting the attention of older generations. Teens don't want their parents or the media telling them what to watch, so Skam presented itself as this nice little secret they could share with their friends. While there are plenty of other shows that have used the internet and social media to promote or expand on the universe of the show, none are as fully integrated as Skam. Shows like The Office or Sherlock had regularly updated blogs supposedly penned by characters in the show. Even the MCU has caught on, creating an Instagram for Spider-Man character Flash Thompson, using it to promote Far From Home through pictures and videos taken on set in Europe. While this all creates some fun bonus content for fanfiction writers to exploit, it's all very obviously separate from the main story. This isn't a bad thing, of course. It's nice to see some creative marketing, but Skam manages to take this a step further and build a fully immersive, real-time story designed for constant engagement and immediate consumption. The The website itself is designed like a social media platform, with all the content on one endless timeline, erasing any sense of hierarchy between the clips, texts, and Instagrams. Each is just as important to the story and world of this show. When you follow the characters' Instagram accounts, their posts seamlessly blend in with those of your friends and family. Notifications for your cousin's wedding pictures come in right alongside selfies from whatever party the girl squad is at. There's no indication that these are fictional characters. Combined with the lack of promotion, it's no surprise that many viewers didn't know where the show ended and reality began. Were these real high schoolers in a reality show? Are Eva and Jonas dating in real life? Arndem took this a step further when she produced an official American remake of the show, Skam Austin, for Facebook Watch in 2018. Due to Facebook owning Instagram, they were able to backdate posts to 2016, establishing organic backstories for these characters that further blurred the line between reality and fiction.
Yeah, don't write that.
Somewhat counterintuitively, the remarkably modern delivery of Skam circles back to the experience of traditional weekly programming, which has to be watched when it happens. The discussion that happens immediately after an update is unique, and following along in real time is really a once-in-a-lifetime experience. The real-time nature adds to the dramatic tension and allows the viewer to be fully immersed in the emotions of the characters. Midway through the third season is a week affectionately known by the fandom as Hell Week. The season follows Isaac as he struggles with his sexuality and blossoming relationship with new kid Evan. Not long after their first kiss, Isaac gets a text from Evan that he needs more time and later sees him with his ex-girlfriend at a party, causing Isaac to break down. The following week is full of sadness and pain as we agonizingly wait in real time alongside Isaac for them to reunite. If you watch back the episodes now, this all happens in about an hour, but experiencing it in real time across an entire week leaves you just as emotionally drained as the characters. You're left refreshing the website all day, desperately waiting for the next update, and you don't want to miss it for fear of spoilers.
Hello.
Skam is perfectly designed to take all of your attention. You watch the clips on one screen and browse social media on another, a practice already commonplace among younger generations. A fantastic example of this idea being used to its fullest comes from Skam Austin Season 1. The season follows Megan and her struggling social life and relationship with boyfriend Marlon. Throughout the first week, Marlon had already garnered suspicion of cheating on Megan with her ex-best friend Abby. Then in the second week, fans noticed a comment from Abby on one of Marlon's Instagram posts saying, "Call me." Soon after, a clip dropped of Megan discovering the post and quickly trying to call Marlon but being sent to voicemail, after which she checked again and the comment had been deleted. Sure enough, when fans also checked the post, the comment was gone. This builds an incentive to stay fully engaged because of how rewarding it feels to find these details. Of course, all the emphasis on the delivery of the show may have been for naught if the actual content didn't resonate with teenagers. There have of course been some fantastic and realistic shows out of the US and the UK, Freaks and Geeks, Skins, even the early seasons of Degrassi. But there seems to be an unfortunate trend where the most mainstream shows are less than realistic.
I dropped out in the 4th grade to run drugs to support my nana.
This usually comes down to casting mid-20s beautiful actors and scripts that were clearly written by some old guy who has no idea how teens talk.
Daddy, 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 daddy.
Skam proves that you can cast actual teenagers as teenagers, and you don't need weird cult and incest plotlines to be engaging. As I mentioned earlier, Arndem performed in-depth interviews with teens in the development of the show. These interviews directly informed the plot, such as the character of Sana, inspired by a young Muslim girl's experience, balancing her religion with Norwegian culture. All the stories feel authentic, and they manage to cover everything from petty girl fights to sexual assault without ever feeling out of place or over the top. And this is probably helped by the delivery of the show. Even the filmmaking captures what it feels like to be a teenager. Everything is filmed with a sense of drama, as everything feels when you're that age. The slow motion shots are now iconic, because who didn't want to feel this badass when you were 16? The show can also be incredibly cinematic. Season 3 in particular has some gorgeous moments which are directly inspired by Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and Juliet. Season 4 is also incredibly detailed, as seen through the recurring motifs used to represent Sanne's struggle between Norwegian culture and her Moroccan roots. She's often framed looking through doorways, in between worlds, struggling with embracing either culture fully. This is also seen in her costume, as she stops wearing black and white, trying to blend in with both cultures, into wearing all black when she feels betrayed by her Norwegian friends. After the drama is resolved, she returns to black and white, and in the final episode, we see her in full colour as she fully embraces her own self and stops trying to blend in. It's refreshing to see a teen show pay such close attention to detail while still maintaining the realistic, almost documentary-like style that makes Skam so effective. Most of the show is filmed handheld, and the only sound is diegetic, unless there is non-diegetic music, in which case the song usually takes over as if it's a soundtrack in the character's head. This makes for some iconic moments, since the songs are always perfectly curated, like this scene with Robin's Call Your Girlfriend. The choices can stray into being cheesy, but really that just adds the teen drama of it all.
Slutt å gå rundt som en jævla klisjé.
It would be easy to say that Skam is a manipulative product that takes advantage of the addictiveness of social media. DT Max of The New Yorker said that the show represents an advanced and invasive corporate entertainment, but I don't believe there to be any ill intent behind the show. Of course, any product wants to make money and be successful, but Julie Undem has repeatedly emphasized how she made the show to make teens feel less alone. The show is so full of important, positive messages about standing up for yourself and being proud of who you are that it's one of the few things I don't feel cynical about these days.
Fordi selv om det noen ganger kan føles sånn, så står ingen mennesker alene. Hver og en av oss er en viktig del av det store kaoset. Og det du gjør i dag, har en effekt i morgen.
I know that this show inspired me both creatively and as a teenager, and I sincerely hope that it will inspire a whole generation of young people. Takk for alt.
Frykt sprer seg. Men det gjør heldigvis kjærlighet også.